Everybody, it is John the Comic Guy, and in this episode, I am a music guy because we're going to continue with our episode's impact. So, I was fortunate enough to have some of my longtime friends hang with me for a weekend. We saw a concert in Atlantic City, right? We saw the Christopher Cross, Men at Work, and of course, the headliner was Toto. And while we were all together, we were going to restaurants, we're drinking. If you and your friends have ever had passionate debates about who the best drummers are or the best bands are, that's what we were able to do, and we recorded it. So thank goodness for Krista recording it. So if you and your friends ever had those discussions and you want to check it out with me and my friends, stay tuned. So this past weekend was truly a gift for me. My friends and I, we don't really get a chance to get together too often. It's just we live at opposite ends of the state. But for certain events, if we can, we do try to get together. And they were just over for the weekend. So it was Jackie Brown. And actually, her married name is Jackie Brown Schultz. Known her since I was 4. Her husband, Bill Schultz, and I have been friends since high school. And then, of course, if you have seen a couple of times, my buddy Ernie, who, again, I've known since I was 4. So Jackie and Ernie and I went to kindergarten together. It just so happens that we really all share the passion of music. And it just so happens Ernie and Bill also share the passion of comic books. And can I just say, when I say share the passion of music and comic books, it's not like they're passive about it. These guys are extremely knowledgeable. So our conversations are so fulfilling. I mean, we laugh, we talk, we trade ideas. It's magnificent. So we're talking about the most impactful drummers in our lives. And I think when we were all in high school, how many people didn't go through their personal supergroups, right? I would love to have Eddie Van Halen maybe play with Howard Jones, right? Everybody kind of talks about what a great supergroup was. Well, I think these kind of conversations, talking about our favorite drummers, is just so fun. And I find it fascinating that everybody has different opinions. Everybody has different thoughts. Some of our favorites were similar, but let's get right to the conversation. But before we do, I think it's funny because did you ever see the show Drunk History? It's these guys who talk about poignant moments in history, big historical events, but they do it while they're drinking. Well, incidentally, that's kind of what we were doing, right? We have an outdoor fireplace, and so the lighting's a little off, but we're hanging out, we're drinking, and Krista is so sweet. She's recording us while we're drinking and talking about all this, and it was such a blast. So let's get right to it. Let's go to our top 3 to 5 drummers. So we're going to discuss our favorite 3 to 5 drummers. You want to start this time?
First, sure, I'll go first. Drummers. I think an integral part of the band obviously keeps the beat, but it's kind of, even I love guitar, but there's something about drummers that intrigues me, and they're really obviously important. For me, in no particular order, I'll take Alex Van Halen, maybe one of the more underrated drummers in rock, from my humble opinion. Love Alex, like Eddie, part of my favorite band too, so like John. Joey Jordison from Slipknot, one of the most technically brilliant drummers. Speed, versatility, great drummer. And number 1, it's got to be the master. I know people say, oh, what about John Bonham? Great drummer. And let's not forget about my personal favorite drummer of all time is Neil Peart from Rush. Yeah. Nobody does it better.
Okay. Okay, so number 3 is going to surprise everybody. I think he puts on a very entertaining show. Might not necessarily be the best drummer, but I think he's got a great personality. Like, not that I know him, but he's very entertaining. Always out there is Tommy Lee from Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah.
Especially I've seen him a few times with the upside down drum set and all, wearing a bathing suit, drumming. I mean, he's always, good for a laugh, but he still keeps the time. Number 2 would have to be, I like Lars Ulrich from Metallica, also entertaining, and I think he also keeps a good beat. And my favorite,
think he's cute.
used to think he was cute. Number 1, though, for me is Ringo Starr. I think Ringo is the classic, and I just think he's, the master drummer.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, this was hard for me. I think I'm going to go with number 3, a band that I think is the best live band working today. I'm a big Dave Matthews fan, and Carter Beauford is just an incredible drummer, jam band, does everything and anything, very versatile, very, very empathic, I think, excellent drummer. Sometimes people just go to the concerts just to see his drumming. So Carter Beauford, number 3. Number 2, going back to the 80s, to a stellar band that was very influential in the 80s, The Police. And we know we're talking about Stuart Copeland. What an eccentric drummer, great rhythm keeper, multi-instrumentalist in terms of what he played, in terms of the percussion. So it definitely would be Stuart Copeland. And number 1, like Bill, who's such a smart man, said, is the Professor. I said my second favorite band was Rush. Neil Peart of Rush would, because again, it's not just timekeeping, it's art. It's making more than just timekeeping, making the drum an instrumental instrument in the composition, and I think that's what he does. Johnny.
And by the way, I want to make a comment, because what I think is so cool about Stuart Copeland, while he's not on my list, what I think makes Stuart such a master is not only is when he strikes the drums a part of the art for him, his silence.
What he doesn't do.
Yeah, what he is such a masterful minimalist. So his silence is so great. So okay, I have 3, but I'm going to give an honorable mention. So my honorable mention is Danny Carey for Tool. He is unfreaking believable. He's so unbelievable. Why he didn't make my top 3 is because sometimes hearing Tool music actually tires me. Right? It's almost ridiculous, because they're so good that I concentrate so intently when I listen to Tool, and sometimes it tires me. So besides that, then my number 3 drummer, Alex Van Halen. I love his quad bass drums, his timekeeping. I love how he and Eddie always had that synergy, right? The brothers just knew how to play. It was instinctual for Alex. And as a drummer, I think his instinct is masterful. So I love him. My number 2 favorite drummer is from the original member of the band we saw last night from Toto, is Jeffrey Porcaro. I always thought it was cool that Jeffrey said, I'm not doing a solo, so he's not necessarily a showman like that. But when he was a teen, Steely Dan hired him, and they refer to him as the Groove Master. I know he does like 16ths with one hand simply because he likes the groove, while other people are like a metronome. They're playing the 16th notes. He does it with one hand because he likes the sound of the groove. Jeffrey Porcaro, my number 2, for as long as I remember. And my number 1, while it sounds so common with this group, is we were all raised with the same bands, right? We're all of the same age group. So Neil Peart of Rush, for me, the Professor, he showed me what percussions could be. I don't actually refer to him as a drummer. I refer to Neil as a master percussionist. And every time I hear his drum solos, it takes me to another level. So Neil Peart, my number one
Hey,
drummer.
I got something to add. Just interesting.
Please do,
We were
please do.
talking about Alex Van Halen. Can't lose sight of the fact that drummers not only integral, like real kind of thing, but they're great musicians. If you go to his nephew, Wolfgang Van Halen, who is an awesome guitar player like his dad, but also an awesome drummer, and the kid plays all his own instruments, used to anyway, on his albums. So there is a trickle down theory in the family that's that musical. But he's a great guitar player now. He plays guitar in Mammoth, but yet he is a fantastic drummer that drums with.
Is it not obvious that my friends have a lot of knowledge? And just by the way, so I think last year we were just talking around the fire until like 4 in the morning. This year we started getting tired again. We were drinking a little bit more. I think we spoke until around 2 in the morning, but it really is amazing when you have friends with such common interests, and it's great. So, and I will say, next time they're here, we'll figure out some other topics. But guys, I really do want to say again a very special thanks to Jackie and Bill Schultz, Ernie, as always, and of course Krista for taking the phone and recording us. The next episode we're going to do on the Impact series is, I think, one of the most enjoyable topics, because we talk about this so much, is for initial albums from bands, who are the best 3 albums that were the first albums for your bands. So I hope you join me. If you like this kind of content, if you're thinking it's fun, please hit the like button. I would always ask you to feel free to share it with anybody you think would enjoy this kind of conversation. Certainly make comments. Let me know who your favorite drummers are. Do you think we're off? Do you kind of understand where we're coming from? Again, this is all opinions, right? We're not saying that decisively they're the best. These are the ones that made the most impact on us. And certainly I would always encourage you to please do hit that subscribe button. Everybody, thank you so much, and we're going to see you soon. Thanks.
From a house